WWE is a place of constant change. Eras, storylines, and wrestlers come and go. Most that have been through the doors of WWE were probably released by them, especially with the pandemic. Releasing talent is nothing new, but what happens to released wrestlers, and do they find their redemption? This is Wrestling Up, and here are wrestlers released in 2017 and 2018, and where are they now? Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Austin Aries had a long road to WWE, becoming one of the biggest stars in TNA before joining in 2016. After a run as a commentator and cruiserweight champion, Aries got out of his contract in July 2017 because of creative differences. Aries had an incredible year with Impact after getting released, where he became world champion. Still, his run ended with a disastrous main event at Bound for Glory 2018, where he no-sold Johnny Impact's win and had an argument with Don Callis at ringside. He last wrestled for MLW in 2020. Jack Swagger reached his WWE peak early, becoming a world champion in 2010, though he was treading water till 2017 and was finally released in March after requesting to be let out of his contract. He has started wrestling as Jake Hager and has definitely seen a big boost to his popularity in AEW. Hager is a part of Chris Jericho's stable, The Inner Circle, and has even challenged for the world title. He's also been building a career as an MMA fighter, going 3-0 with no one contest in Bellator. Kenny Dykstra was in one of the most memorable mid-2000s WWE factions, the all-male cheerleading team, the Spirit Squad. Dykstra was brought back to the WWE in 2016 along with Mikey to be a part of Ziggler's feud against The Miz. They were also released soon after the rivalry, leaving the company in early 2017. Dykstra had an independent career since his 08 release, but the 2017 release sparked his success. He continued teaming with Mikey and had runs in Ring of Honor where they challenged for the tag titles against the Young Bucks. They were on the MLW roster, but Dykstra announced retirement in April. Darren Young debuted in WWE on the first season of NXT, then found success as tag team champion with Titus O'Neil in 2015. Still, he was released in October 2017 after not having appeared on TV since January that year. Young is a part of New Japan and made his debut for the NWA in March, wrestling under his real name, Fred Rosser. James Ellsworth went from jobbing to Braun Strowman on Raw to being a key feature in a WWE Championship feud on SmackDown. His novelty wore off, and after a stint as Carmella's manager, he was let go in November of 2017, making a one-night return that following year. Ellsworth had a strong run in the Indies, having matches against Austin Aries and Pete Dunne. He even challenged for the NWA World title. Unfortunately, Ellsworth was accused of improper conduct with a minor in 2018, which halted his momentum. Fans of NXT will remember the one-time finalist of the Dusty Tag Classic, TM61. They were rebranded as the Mighty in 2018, but that run did not last. The pair of Shane Thorne and Nick Miller was broken up when Miller was released in December 2018. He asked for his release to relocate to Australia to be closer to his family. That has paid off, as Miller is on the New Japan roster and is challenged for the IWGP tag titles, being a member of Okada's stable Chaos. Eva Marie's limited in-ring skills meant her transition into the women's revolution would be difficult. Despite being promoted for a push in 2016, Marie was released in August 2017 after she started distancing herself from pro wrestling. Eva has played in high-profile charity basketball games, was on Big Brother, and has seen a successful career as a model and ambassador. But she was announced to have re-signed with WWE in late 2020, making her return to TV on May 3rd for Raw. Enzo Amore's team with Big Cass was one of the hottest things on NXT, and that momentum carried over to the main roster, yet Amore's attitude became a backstage problem. So when Enzo was accused of sexual assault in early 2018, WWE quickly released him. Those charges have since been dropped, with him occasionally wrestling. He's also a rapper, but his biggest headline since being released came when he tried to crash SummerSlam 2018 at the Staples Center and was banned for life from the arena. If we talk about Amore, we have to talk about Big Cass. While in a feud with Daniel Bryan, Cass took creative liberties in a segment where he had to beat up a little person. With his poor backstage reputation, that was enough for Cass to be let go in June 2018. He developed an alcohol problem with concern for him after he suffered a seizure at a House of Hardcore show and looked out of shape. He has since cleaned up and is now enjoying success and Impact and continues to tag with Enzo on the independent circuit. While TJ Perkins was the first Cruiserweight champion, Rich Swann was the one WWE hoped would carry the division. Due to a domestic violence charge, he was suspended in late 2017, then released in February 2018. Swann has found great success with Impact, becoming world champion. Abbey Laith will be one of WWE's biggest missed opportunities. The former Mae Young Classic competitor was released in March 2018 after a small run on NXT. Laith quickly rebranded herself after she left WWE and started using her real name Kimberly. She too is on Impact and is aligned with Knockouts champion Deonna Purrazzo, with her also having appeared for Stardom and Shimmer. Sawyer Fulton had an unceremonious WWE career for the 5 years he spent with the company. He was a big part of NXT with the faction Sanity, with him replaced in favor of Killian Dane. Fulton was released in November 2017 after making 0 non-Sanity appearances. He went to Impact after his run under the moniker of Madman Fulton, as he's allied with Ace Austin. Mauro Ranallo brought a distinct voice and style that was built through years of experience as a combat sports announcer and the lead English announcer in New Japan. Ranallo asked to be released from WWE in April 2017 after trouble managing his bipolar disorder with WWE's heavy workload. He also had a public spat with notorious WWE bully JBL. Mauro would quickly re-sign after his release in June 2017 to commentate for NXT. That was a much better fit for Ranallo, but he left WWE last year after his contract expired, with him back announcing combat sports. Rosa Mendes signed with WWE during the 06 Diva Search. She voluntarily stopped wrestling while in WWE to become a writer for their website. She was released in February 2017 after she chose to retire to focus on being a mother. Mendes made a short-lived return on the Indies, wrestling an intergender match with Adam Rose. She moved to Philadelphia to be with her husband and raise a family. Mendes started Totally Fit Mama, a meal plan and work regimen for women, being an instructor for an aerobics company, High Fitness. Emma was once released in 2014 for a misunderstanding over stealing an iPad from Walmart, but was released in October 2017 after being severely let down by WWE Creative with the botched Emelina gimmick. While Emma did not enjoy great success, Tenille Dashwood had a great run with Ring of Honor after being released, then moved on to Impact. While she has yet to become champion, she's had many shots at the title, with her last one coming in April. And these were wrestlers released in 2017 and 18 and where they are now. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.